to play yesterday?
That's kind of sad.
You guys want to play? Well, we can't play Canada. It's 7 minutes. It is 7 minutes. Oath?
Yeah.
Stay with me?
Just it. But if we play, maybe we play the first part of this like really slow and the second part fast.
I guess we will. How much time do we have? Is the question.
No, how much time do we have? How much time?
Respect all. From the beginning.
Will you please rise for the class of 2022?
On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of University High School, it is my honor to welcome you to join our recognition of the graduation of the class of 2022. It is great to have all of you in person back at the Palladium this year. Now, if any alumni are here, would you please rise and be recognized? Also, let's please show our appreciation for the University High School String Quartet that played all of our graduates onto the stage today. Our first speaker today plays on 6 different video game systems in her basement, believes that Chicago Bears jerseys count as professional attire, and is surprisingly over the age of 12. Yes, our first speaker is head of school, Alicia LaMagdalene. While Alicia may have some unique quirks, what really distinguishes her is her unconditional love that she has for this school, all of its students, and especially the graduates on this stage today. Alicia has been at university for the great majority of her adult life, and you do not need to spend much time with her to understand the place this school holds in her heart and in her soul. She believes strongly in university's ability to produce terrific students and wonderful human beings, and the graduates on stage today are evidence of the success of her mission. Recently voted one of the top 2 heads of school in University High School history, here is Alicia LaMagdalene.
Good afternoon. Chuck Webster, congratulations, we're top 2. It's good to be back at the Palladium, and it's really good to be celebrating here with all of you. In all things, university is guided by a mission to expand the hearts and minds of students and to nurture excellence through academic, creative, and physical achievement. Each of those words was chosen with purpose. They were chosen because of what the founders envisioned and because of what we still believe. Because we believe that students are more than just their transcript, creativity and athletics and wellness are placed level with academics, not subordinate to it. Because we believe that excellence is not something innately given by birth or circumstance, but rather an idea that can be fueled and developed in each and every individual, we charge ourselves to nurture it. And because we believe that the true problems of the world, the questions that need answers, the stories we need to tell, will require more than just intellect, we lead with the heart as well as the mind. All of these things have seen university through the highs and lows of its 22 years, but I believe nothing has served us more than that last principle. That heart that beats in all of us, from the 26 members on the Board of Trustees, to the 53 faculty and staff members, to the 342 students who came through the door this year, including the 81 hearts beating on stage right now. Part of what makes university a truly special place is that everyone in it is a part of making this school work. There's some people that I want to honor today. Last month, we said goodbye to 3 university trustees as they move on to other ventures. Keith Fowler, father of university alums Matt and Mary Fowler, was a longtime chair of university's finance committee. No small task at a startup school founded without a major gift. Joe Tanner, father of alums Mitch and Jake Tanner, chaired the Strategic Planning Committee, who drafted the plans that moved university through its first major transition in headship. And Chandler Troy, member of the university class of 2004, the first graduating class, helped set the tone and tempo of alumni involvement on our board. Please join me in thanking Keith, Joe, and Chandler for their work and guidance. Two others are departing us this year. Patty Bittinger Mansfield joined us as our first ever formal school counselor. Though she is leaving, Patty has created connections and programs that will be some of the next steps on the path of continued wellness programming at university. Thank you, Patty. And Kristen Chun closes 2 chapters at university today, one as a science instructor and one as a university parent. Thank you, Kristen, for all your work moving between those 2 worlds. Thank you also to Kathy Davis, Ashley Crockett-Lohr, and Jennifer Thompson for coordinating today's ceremony. Thank you to Daniel Knox for preparing our musicians, and to Nancy Webster for preparing our speakers. We could not pull this off without you. We haven't really gotten into our clapping rhythm since the pandemic, so this is good. I feel like we're getting back on it. Thank you to the entire faculty and staff for more things that I can mention and more actions you have done on behalf of students than anyone will know. There remains no other group of thoughtful, caring, kind individuals, plus Tom, that I would do any of this with. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to the 81 of you, thank you. Your class was admitted to 181 different colleges and universities, and you will attend 50 different institutions, 16 of which we've never sent anyone to before. You had early admissions to Miami, Davidson, Wake Forest, Oberlin, Stanford, and Columbia. 13 of you will boiler up at Purdue, 4 of you will head to HBCUs. You will play basketball, baseball, soccer, and golf, run cross country, and swim as collegiate athletes. 4 of you were national merit finalists. 8 of you received full tuition offers at schools you applied to, and all told, over 4 years, together, you were offered $21.7 million in merit aid, the highest amount in school history. But you are more than just numbers. You are UNICEF advocates, cybersecurity gurus, Chick-fil-A managers, morning meeting announcers, robot drivers, AI programmers, modern-day cowboys, agents of social and racial justice, summer camp staffers, first-generation college students, Smash Brothers aficionados, fashion designers, photographers, artists, women's rights leaders, LGBTQ rights leaders, actors, musicians, cat lovers, even dog lovers, gingers, tree planters, environmental conservationists, and one that I'm personally thankful for, my own daughter's babysitter and chauffeur for the past 6 years. You will go on to be doctors and lawyers, teachers and entrepreneurs, authors, filmmakers, engineers, computer programmers, research scientists, wilderness rescuers, and on and on. You are the soul of the world, and you are its future. I recently read an editorial in the New York Times by Ezra Klein. It was about the dangers of TikTok in terms of misinformation and government manipulation. And the line that struck me the most was this: that which controls your attention controls your future. While I agree with Klein's idea, the things you spend your time focusing on, especially with social media, influence you in ways you don't often even notice. That line resonated with me outside of the scope of TikTok. A good deal of education is about controlling your attention, asking you to read or think or question or work out the things your teachers put in front of you. I hope the things you attended to here will affect your future. But I really do believe, and all your teachers here believe, education is a two-way street. You have also had our attention these past 4 years, and our collective future is all the more brighter for it. Keep commanding our attention. Your job is to create the future. Make it a good one. Everyone here knows that you can, and everyone in this room believes that you will. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022. Good luck. I love you.
Thank you, Alicia. To celebrate and commemorate the founding of University High School, founding head of school Chuck Webster commissioned a poem for the opening of the school. Sarah Talpis, poet and instructor at the University of Michigan, visited the school, interviewed founding trustees, and talked to entering freshmen. Although this poem was written approximately 2 decades ago and describes a physical landscape of the school that in many ways no longer exists, it still embodies the soul and spirit of University High School. Her poem, A Map of the Unfinished, will be read to you by graduate Shay Orntlicher.
A Map of the Unfinished, for the opening of University High School of Indiana by Sarah Talpis. It won't tell us what is, but rather what might be. Where there is mud and tread marks, a gym. You will get to know your own body and to learn how it moves among others. Pick and roll, cut to the basket, timing. Your life is a sound, tambourines shaking tears from their skin, joy as it flies from a trumpet. Your notes make their own kind of sense, electrify the blood as you walk out into evergreen bushes and hostas, buds bursting in the spring. Here is your map. Blue jays, wrens. In the winter, they will leave you to ice. Gray mornings, your breath visible as the snow falling on your shoulders. The linen robe you tie at your waist before stepping on stage. The ancient world suddenly before you. For a moment, you understand what it's like to live inside another's skin. Look out the window of this building made of metal, brick, and wood. Study chemistry, copper pennies as they turn to gold, electrons whirling in their orbitals. Tiny particles that someone had to think to look for.
Thank you, Shay. Each year, graduating seniors have the opportunity to vote for their keynote speaker. This year's class demonstrated its great wisdom by choosing someone other than Mike Spiegel. This year's keynote address will be given by a faculty member who loves nothing more than hiking through dense forests and canoeing through majestic lakes, so she naturally decided to live in central Indiana. We are lucky that Jamie McDougal came to our school 3 years ago to join our English department, and considering how quickly she made her mark as a stellar teacher and builder of meaningful relationships, it feels more like she has been here for a decade. Jamie's ever-present smile and incredible energy make students believe she's either the nicest and happiest person they have ever met or a secret serial killer. Jamie's infectious enthusiasm and spirit have made her a magnet for her students who love being around her. Please welcome this year's keynote speaker, Jamie McDougal.
Serial killer might be the nicest thing anyone has ever called me, so thank you. Secret serial killer, though. Okay, so you guys know that I believe that the best learning happens interactively, and so we're going to have a little trivia at the beginning. We're going to start easy. No, Mr. Bradley, you cannot answer. So we've got 3 warm-up questions, and then we'll build to the big one. So first of all, and you can raise your hand or buzz in, what's the name of our head of school? Via. Excellent. Okay, we're good. We're good. Which junior from Mexico is a self-proclaimed honorary senior this year? Luca. Yes, Alexis. All right, this one might be a little more tricky. Which student used the airbag of their car as a tote into school one day?
Guy next to me,
Darian. Yes, Darian. Fantastic. All right, so here's the big one. What is the significance of the numbers 39.9543 and 86.2123? Anybody know? What if we added a letter to it? What if we said 39.9543N combined with 86.2123W? Lauren? They are, yes. Excellent. I mean, give Lauren a round of applause. Yes. Yes, these are the geographical coordinates of our beloved University High School, the place that has been our home for the past few years, When we think of campus, we might think of the innovative architecture that boasts high ceilings, affording the opportunity for lofty thinking, windows that let us see the vast expanse of the world, and even some ledges for us to rest upon, or scale and place sandwiches, books, and other random objects. But we don't often think of the school by way of geographic coordination. Likely, it's because it's where you go every day. You know your path or paths to get there each morning, some of you more timely than others. But your starting point has mostly been the same for the past few years, even to the point that it might feel as though your car or bike or van just goes there with little to no thinking. But today, we gather one last time as a group in the spirit of this place, but for the first time, physically away from it. You still may not need a map to get from here to there, but maps are so much more than just a way of going. They are a way of knowing. Cartographer J.B. Harley notes that maps are actually mediators between an inner mental world and an outer physical world. Maps are fundamental tools helping the human mind make sense of its universe at various scales. And in many ways, this is what you've been doing for these past few years. It's just simply mapping. You've worked to align your inner thoughts, queries, interests, and find the tools, skills, and connections with people to help you manifest them in the world around you. You've used the scale of our school as your petri dish, so you are now ready to apply these findings on a larger, more universal scale, although most of you needn't wait until now. You took your nautical knowledges and launched learning for those younger than you at summer camps. You raised awareness and funds and fun through UNICEF and tree planting. You secured patents and programmed robots and designed clothes and jammed to some EDM. And the list goes on, each one of you making your mark in our community and in our world. You see, maps are often taken at a face value as documents of truth that are to be consumed, not questioned. And there is truth that maps afford a sense of guidance, but maps are really just one person or one group of people's interpretation of a place and time. Perhaps you've heard that cartographers have often struggled to prove that a map is theirs. Yes, there's copyrights, but anybody, if they did it well, could craft a map of a place and call it theirs. Because a good map would have all of the same markers. So they had to find a way to demonstrate that the map was their own, a way beyond placing their name on it. And so on these maps, they would embed something called a paper town. Last part of the quiz. Anybody up here know what a paper town is? Natalie? Exactly, fictional place on the map. These paper towns, also commonly known as phantom settlements, are literally places that until that map did not exist. But once on that map, these phantom settlements, a tear in the universe, become a portal unseen because people start looking for it. They've spoken something into being. People, when traveling to a place, begin to use that town, that marker as a reference. Many of you, all of us, coming out of a tireless few years, you used your good and energy to craft these very paper towns, things that maybe didn't exist but certainly do now. The Cultural Fest, the Black Affinity Barbecue, and a path forward for an HBCU tour. You mapped out goals for what it would take to run personal bests, make it out of sectionals and interregionals, and then onto a collegiate cross-country team. And in fact, when you noticed that your colleagues around you couldn't quite find their due north, their truth, you paused, helped them get realigned, and created space for them. And it's no surprise, because university was a paper town of sorts, as we just heard earlier. It won't tell us what it is, but rather what it might be. Our very school, our community, was a dream spoken into being by Chuck and Nancy Webster. This is what brought you here. It's what brought us here together. It's in your educational DNA. Maps in the real or in fiction have impact. Author Peng Shepherd penned a novel titled The Cartographers this past year, where she adeptly posited that maps are love letters to times and places their makers have explored. You have explored state journeys in baseball and golf, national parks, hospital facilities in national parks, Brody, international DECA contests. You have crafted plans for our campus, plays for our entertainment, art for our understanding, and some of you, places to literally hide the bodies around campus. What you leave behind, the markers of your action, are a legacy, a guidepost for the rest of us as we travel through the UHS experience. Thank you for sharing your passion, persistence, and palpable impact, because these markers, these maps are only good if you leave them for someone to use them. You can't keep it for yourself, because what good is a map if no one else sees it? 39.9543 degrees north, 86.2123 degrees west. These are coordinates on the map. They're here for everyone to see, but especially for you. Don't hesitate to reorient yourself, stop and ask direction and perspective, but know that, compass or not, how much time has lapsed, or your perceived distance, we will always be here at these coordinates to welcome you home. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jamie. Next, we will have a musical performance from the University High School Choir, which will be accompanied by teacher Shannon Swan on the piano. The choir will be singing the song "Fly Away Home" by Pink Zebra. We are now coming to the moment we have been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. We will proceed with Alicia Magdalene asking individual mentors to come forward from the audience. The mentor will then call up each mentee separately to present the diploma and have a picture taken together. The graduates will also receive congratulations from a member of the Board of Trustees. And now for the presentation of the diplomas, here once again is Alicia Magdalene.
Three members of the class of 2022 received their diplomas on Friday, May 27th during our Prize Day ceremony. Those graduates were Lynn Mayor Alcobi, Karen Diane Burnell, and Zara Asif Khan. Please join me in congratulating them. Now, will Board of Trustee members Michael Mervis and Rennie Harrison please join me on stage? And will Lade Akande please join me on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Winter Eden Grove. Graduating from University High School, Lucas Hofer. Graduating from University High School, Aliyah Fatima Katela. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Lawrence Roland Pierce.
Will Tasha Barger please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Olivia Kylan Morrison. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Jillian Rebecca Sager.
Coach Justin Blanding please join me on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Grayson Henley Knight. Yeah,
I got you.
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Andrew Stephen Larimore. Graduating from University High School, Keon Emmanuel Perry. Graduating from University High School, Ariane Rain Sherrod. Graduating from University High School, Ian Patrick Smith.
Will Carolyn Bradley please join me on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Rachel Lorene Major.
Will Chris Bradley please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Simon David Hensley.
Will Luke Crawley please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Jacob Hayes Harrison. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Gabriel Evan Mervis.
Will Ashley Crockett-Lohr please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Natalie Claire Fior. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Zoe Catherine Napier.
Will Andra Edgell please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Hannah Grace Unton.
Tom Fitzgibbon, time to do something.
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Jacqueline Joelle Pratt. Graduating from University High School with honors, Phoebe Britton Zimfer.
Will Adrian Glidewell Smith please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Lillian Celia Waltz.
Will Christopher Hinesley please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Russell Matthew Burns.
Will Meredith Hogan please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Jordan Daniel Belp. Graduating from University High School, Seth Michael Gross. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Zoe Jade McMullen.
Will Allison Horton please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Patricia Farah Chikamba. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Eileen Johanna Enriquez.
Will Henry Johnston please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Anthony Josue Bonilla. Graduating from University High School with honors, Madison Alice Yuchi Hamby.
Will Janie Kim please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Leanne Emily Elsadi. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Audrey Ray Bloxam. Graduating from University High School, Richard Andrew Dickerson. Graduating from University High School, Selena Jasmine Kaur.
Will Daniel Knox please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Colin Fisher Klein. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Avani Papadopoulos. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Mitchell Dean Price.
Graduating from University High School, Noah Christopher Spieth. Jamie McDougall, please join me up here.
Thank you. Graduating from University High School, Abigail Ruth Bladen. With honors, Abigail Ruth Bladen. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Samuel Weber Morse. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Allison Catherine Skalnick.
Will Mercedes Muñez Peredo please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Sydney Anna Epstein. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Esther Oralia Gonzalez. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Thomas Davis Kaplan. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Asha Kokan.
Will Taylor Newell please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Thomas Merrill Price. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Rebecca Audrey Williams.
Will Board Chair Michael Clems please join me on stage? And will Franklin Oliver please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Brooke Nicole Banta. Graduating from University High School, Kennedy Elise Russell.
Will Erica Postuma please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Dylan Strong Blake. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Jordan Nicole Herbst. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Vishnu Chandrasekhar Iyer. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Shay Lev Orntlicker.
Will Wes Priest please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Julien Olivier Riyad Bentayeb. Graduating from University High School with honors, Abigail Madison Hannon. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Joshua William Oldham. Graduating from University High School, Matthew Peyton Polston. Graduating from University High School, Jace Rowan Gunn Wilson.
Will Anna Seldner please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Lauren Elizabeth Porter.
Will Michael Spiegel please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Van Dula. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Eli Jackson Beheeler. Graduating from University High School, Luca David Conti. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Theo Joseph Edwards. Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Narissa Audrey Finnan. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Cooper Lane Havda. Graduating from University High School with honors, Max Zalman Pfeffer. Graduating from University High School, Penelope Jane Watson.
Will Stacy Summit Mann please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Anne Marie Gibney. Graduating from University High School, Brody Charles Holly. Graduating from University High School with honors, Ria Srina Narayanan.
Will Shannon Swan please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School, Cheyenne Meher Eskar. Graduating from University High School with high honors, Anne Elizabeth Jorgen.
Will Mike Syrick please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Nathaniel Patrick Jeffrey.
Jennifer Thompson, will you please join me up here?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Renelle Whitney Durant. Graduating from University High School with honors, Megan Elizabeth McKinney.
Will Jake Thurman please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with high honors, Abla Abumafuz.
Will Meredith Van Roy please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Logan Neil Berger.
Open it or?
Graduating from University High School, Dara Inkulov. Graduating from University High School, Darian Graduating from University High School in absentia with high honors, Yu-Chen Wang.
Will David Vesper please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with honors, Olivia Lucille DeGrella. And graduating from University High School of Indiana with high honors, Jeremy Clegg Smart.
And will Nancy Webster please join us on stage?
Graduating from University High School with highest honors, Emily Carol Adamowitz.
Please join me in one last round of applause for the class of 2022.
An important part of community is how it listens to itself. This graduating class of University High School has much to share with us today, and so chose 3 of its members to tell us about their experience here and what it has meant to them. In choosing Rachel Major, Aisha Koken, and Gabe Mervis to speak here today, the class of 2022 selected 3 graduates who care deeply about other people, the world around them, and the importance of striving to make our society better. Rachel is a terrific and talented all-around student and the best songwriter I've ever met. In addition, students recently rated Rachel as having the 2nd most beautiful singing voice in the school, next to Dr. Vesper. Aisha has consistently distinguished herself in the classroom and as a thoughtful humanitarian through her service efforts on both local and global stages. She has many classmates who refer to her as the ideal friend although at least one might disagree after being assassinated by a squirt gun following Aisha's betrayal. Gabe Mervis is a stellar student who also demonstrates great school spirit and a strong investment in his community, as seen by his leadership of the Runway for Riley event in support of pediatric cancer research at Riley's Children's Hospital. And if you've ever seen Gabe's wardrobe, you know that is the closest in his life he will ever get to see a runway. All three graduates reflect our core values and how they live their lives, treat other people, and strive for excellence in everything they do. It is my honor to welcome Aisha, Rachel, and Gabe to the podium.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2022, and thank you to all the faculty and staff who have supported us to this moment. And of course, our parents and family whose commitment to our education has truly been unwavering. Legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you may never get to see. These words are attributed to Leslie Odom Jr. and Lin-Manuel Miranda. The class of 2022, as we know, has had much success that is tied to our lasting legacy. Our legacy is UNICEF and Dance Marathon, raising money for children. Our legacy is Black Affinity's Cookout to fundraise for their HBCU college tour. Our legacy is athletic teams who win with grace. Our legacy is Bring Change to Mind, working to spread awareness on mental well-being. And our legacy is blowing up thousands of balloons for the school at 2 a.m. in the hopes of making someone laugh. And the list goes on and on. These achievements are memorable, and rightfully so. But what about our failures? In our society, there seems to be a stigma associated with messing up. I, for one, can tell you that I used to not try new things for fear that I would not be good enough, not approach someone if I believed there was even a possibility they wouldn't like me. I used to stick to the endeavors I knew I would succeed in for fear of failing. But over these last 4 years, University High School has taught me that it is equally as important, if not more important, to give space to celebrate our mistakes. Let's take a look at the university lockers, for example. When I first walked into university, I thought, whoa, these lockers are huge. I remember staring down the hallway of over 100 beige steel doors, and all I could think about was, what if it's so they can fit the students inside of them? Perhaps some sort of special university ritual of senior freshman hazing, or maybe they just assigned that much homework that this large space was truly necessary. I mean, we did get a cake for shadowing here, so my 8th grade self thought anything was possible. Now looking back, I'm sure if I had articulated my worries, I would have been met with a swift, "We don't do that here," from Nancy Webster. But then I learned the real story of the size of the university lockers. It is actually a story of a mistake. Back in 2000, when the original university building was being created, Andrews Hall as we know it, the founding members were given measurements for the lockers by an architect, and so naturally they went with it. However, after it was built and they saw the lockers, they immediately knew they had made an error. The lockers were just too small. Years later, when the second building was being built, Fairbanks Hall, they vowed to make sure they would not make the same mistake again, and thus the giant lockers were born. As I heard this story, the tales of the large lockers my mind had conjured up began to disappear, thankfully. So though our ideal lockers weren't created on the first try, the second attempt surely hit the mark. I'm sure anyone can vouch we've all seen the crazy things people have managed to fit into these big lockers. I've seen people hold collections of mustard and ketchup bottles to gourmet 4-course meals they store in their so-called snack lockers. But this story reinforces many of our experiences at university. This has never been a school that expected us to always get things right on the first try. University never set a bar so high that we did not want to even attempt to write that essay or begin that chemistry lab. University met us where we were and only asked us to believe in ourselves enough to try. In a world of cutthroat competition and endless educational rivalry, it is very special to find a school that cherishes students seeking new experiences over material success. Now, reflecting on this story, I see the lockers are emblematic of the idea that though our mistakes aren't the defining part of our story, they are an important part of our story. They are a reminder to take chances that guarantee improvement, not just those that guarantee success. If university had never taken the chance back in the year 2000 to build a school that treaded on largely uncharted territory, a school that was empowered by the humanity and love shared between both its students and teachers, none of us would have been able to say we had this shared experience. So now, when I walk through the school, I see both the big and small lockers. I see a school that was never afraid to try, even if they did not know exactly what to do or the formula to succeed. I see a school that tries to instill into their students the same mindset they had during its foundation. Our legacy is just as much our failures as they are our successes. So our legacy includes speaking during a morning meeting even if our voice was trembling, persevering through that study session when all we wanted to do was accept our grade and watch Netflix. Our legacy is trying out for the play, even if we didn't get the role we wanted. Our legacy is completing that assignment, even if it was 20 days overdue. Hey, better late than never, right? Thanks, Dr. Spiegel and West, for the extensions, by the way. Our legacy is joining an athletic team for a sport we've never played, or accidentally snoring through the speakers because you fell asleep during virtual AP Bio. Sorry, Mrs. Bradley. Our legacy is signing up for Senior Assassin, even if it meant accepting defeat. Congrats, Emily, by the way. I am proud to be at a place like university that embraces these so-called failures in lieu of a different outlook. University believes that failure can be a prerequisite to success. This school has shaped us to be the people who are never too scared to design a research scholar's proposal, create an independent study or club, or even approach a podium to speak in front of hundreds of people. So now I return to the quote I mentioned in the beginning. Legacy is planting seeds in a garden you may never get to see. When they created this school 22 years ago, they could never have imagined the impact they would have had on hundreds of students for years to come. And our class may never know the impact of our actions for many years as well. So as we move on to college and beyond, don't be afraid to make failure part of your legacy. Take the class in college, even if it seems too difficult. Go to that event, even if you are worried about how people will perceive you. Go to that office hours, even if there is a small chance your professor may think your question is stupid. Because at the end of the day, you never know what will lead you to that coveted career or lifelong friendship. You never know what failure or mistake may lead you to make that life-changing discovery or find that internal peace. Thank you, university, for an amazing 4 years. As we exit this room with our diplomas, recognize the duality of this moment. Both our failures and our successes have led us here. And as we move on, we will carry university's legacy with us in the same way that university will carry our legacy with them.
Good afternoon, friends, and congratulations to all of us who either already have or are graduating from university this year. I've seen firsthand the hard work and dedication that each and every one of you have put into this year, and recognize the hard work in all 12 years of your education in total. Congratulations on reaping what you've sown. I wanted to start off with a little story about an adopted stuffed frog of mine named Benson. For my 18th birthday this year, my grandmother, mother, and I were wandering around Castleton Square Mall, running low on time, patience, and birthday money to blow on random things. On our way out, my eyes caught a green frog in the window of Build-A-Bear Workshop. It was love at first sight. I waited in a ridiculously long line behind screaming toddlers, stepped into a store that looked like a war zone with discarded and unstuffed bodies of frogs everywhere, and dug through the half-empty bin for a frog that was hopefully untouched by unwashed hands. And then I found him. Crammed all the way in the back, halfway bent over, feet up in the air, was Benson. Now I know what you're thinking. It seems unnecessary. It's a frog, right? Just pick one. It doesn't matter. But I knew that in a bin full of Bensons, there was only one Benson for me. I dressed him up in a little IU shirt, go Hoosiers, red rain boots, and khaki pants that were slightly too small because one size does not, in fact, fit all. I recorded a little snippet of my voice to go into his foot so that I could press it and hear words of encouragement whenever I needed to. For those of you who have been to Build-A-Bear Workshop, you know that there's a portion of the stuffing ceremony where they give you a bin full of hearts, let you pick one, and tell you to do a physically ridiculous-looking things before making a wish. My wish became Benson's wish as they placed the heart into his back and sewed it up. On March 15th, at 3:09 p.m., Benson the green stuffed frog was born. Directly in front of me was a younger girl who was holding a frog seemingly identical to mine. I asked her what her frog's name was, and she simply replied, Frog. So there we were, the proud parents of Benson and Frog, respectively. I was reminded of Benson when our classmate, Ria Narayanan, was giving her research scholar presentation about the idea of the true self. The burning questions were these. Are any of us untainted by society? Are any of us actually different or special? Is there a such thing as a true self, a version of us that's real and unique? She ended up coming to a thoroughly researched and logical conclusion. No. Society plays a large role in identity formation, making it impossible to truly discover oneself. In that way, all of us are shaped by the society that we are reared in some way or another. It could be argued that our ambitions and goals are not our own, but are simply products of society. And it's sort of a depressing thought. Are we really individuals? What do we have to offer that others can't? Doesn't this make us replaceable? Ria, and as much as I hate to agree with him, Sigmund Freud, are right. There are millions of Bensons in the world, millions of unstuffed green frogs. There was nothing special about that particular Benson. In much the same way, we are all just people. Nothing particularly special or different about us. The same organs, the same basic needs, breathing the same air, functioning in much the same ways. The assembly line mindset, popularized during the Industrial Revolution, still has a tight grip on society today, with many people believing that they're simply cogs in the machine, another unstuffed Benson waiting to be grabbed. So perhaps it is vain to try to search for our true selves. But perhaps it isn't. Whether we know it or not, we were all designed to serve different and special purposes. There are Bensons with the incorrect number of stitches, an eye a little lower than the other, a missing tail, or half a heart that was viciously torn in two by two quarreling children. There have been Bensons that have been stepped on, picked over, discarded, and found again. I don't know Benson's backstory. All I know is that Benson is beautiful, and he's mine. If he were to be taken from me, I would know instantly that he were gone. I'd search for him, heartbroken not to be able to find him. And yes, because there are technically millions of Bensons, I could just go and purchase another one, but it wouldn't be the same. That Benson means the world to me. That Benson carries my original hopes and wishes. What's special about Benson is not his clothes or his cost, which was $22, by the way, but what's inside. The specific amount of stuffing, the heart placement, the wishes he holds. That Benson was the Benson. To that little girl, Frog was the Frog. As humans, we are just as irreplaceable. Our stories are unique. Our purposes are unique. Our lives are unique. And while the idea of the human experience is not unique, our individual human experiences are unique. There's no one that can do life quite the way you do. You bring something to the table that no one else can. In spite of perceived flaws or shortcomings, you are exactly the way that you are supposed to be. You are Benson. You make someone's life better simply because you're in it. You are loved. You have a purpose that no one else can serve. And finding that purpose is admittedly difficult. It can indeed be hard to find ourselves when we are constantly surrounded by people telling us who or what to be. My argument is this. While there may be no true self, there is certainly a best self, the person we want to be, the changes we want to bring about, the dreams and goals we want to see come to fruition. In today's world, it is so easy to create a superficially two-dimensional identity and call it a day until that identity crumbles and you're left with nothing. But here at university, we are given the tools to build not a true self, but a best self, to become the people we want to be to the best of our ability with the help and care of the faculty, staff, and Tom Fitzgibbon alongside us. Not only that, but faculty are given the chance to grow and experience new things alongside students. As we move out of this place, it is admittedly scary. We are moving into a world that will try to convince us that we are crazy or broken or replaceable or worthless unless we can assimilate. It's mentally draining to feel that way all the time, to feel so unimportant or purposeless. But class of 2022, we know better. We know that we can become more, that we deserve more. We all have something unique to offer: perspectives, beliefs, values, talents, different forms of intelligence, and love. All things that the world desperately needs. So let's take our 87 graduating best selves and go out into the world with courage, hopes, dreams, and determination to make the world a better place. Let's all be Benson. Let's face our flaws, embrace our differences, embrace the power of change, and use our uniqueness to the benefit of ourselves and the world around us. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Let us be our best selves. Thank you.
Hello, friends, family, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty and administration, and Tom Fitzgibbon. Good afternoon, and please join me in giving a quick congratulations to the University High School class of 2022. In my strenuous attempt to find one word that can adequately sum up this incredibly diverse, compassionate, and creative group of young adults, the first one that comes to mind is resilience, the ability to bounce back in the face of adversity. Latin pop sensation and voice of a generation, Pitbull, once said, "For everybody going through tough times, believe me, been there, done that, but every day above ground is a great day, remember that." Our class, just like Mr. Worldwide himself, has certainly endured our fair share of tough times. We managed to graduate in the midst of immense turmoil. Never in our wildest dreams could we have imagined some of the obstacles we encountered along this journey. There was that time Tom Fitzgibbon was abducted by aliens. That was a weird day. The day the school had to be evacuated due to a resin experiment gone awry. None of which compared to Alicia LaMagelin's attempts at rapping during multiple school assemblies. There was also a global pandemic too, but I'm focusing more on our shared collective trauma that will have long-term psychological and emotional consequences for years to come. As we step outside this building today, I know many of us will proceed proudly with your diploma in one hand and phone to take selfies in the other. Despite the urge to sprint into the next chapter of our stories, I'd like to encourage us today to make a conscious effort to slow down and be in the moment. We will soon set off on a journey filled with entirely new beginnings, new opportunities, and a daunting new set of challenges. Similar to our first days at university, these obstacles may initially feel insurmountable, riddled with anxiety and pressure, and there will surely be more challenges that arise along the way. However, I have no doubt that each and every one of us are more than capable of rising to the occasion and leaving our mark on this world. Whether it is Rachel Major selling out arenas as a world-famous musician, Becky Williams claiming her spot as the best golfer in PGA history, or Vishnu Iyer pursuing a career as the first ever doctor and professional Mario Kart player. I hope we all find comfort in the fact that none of us will go through this alone. I know much of what is to come may seem frightening and filled with doubt, but everyone here, the sometimes crazy yet always supportive members of the University High School family, will cheer us on and always embrace us with open arms as we seek to accomplish all of our greatest aspirations. Two things I have learned from model high school student Ferris Bueller are that after taking your friend's dad's 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California out for a joyride, putting the car in reverse will not reverse the miles on the odometer. And more importantly, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. I want to use this opportunity to encourage my fellow members of the University High School class of 2022 to stop and look around. Seriously, look around. Don't miss this moment because it will never be here again. Take time today to acknowledge and share your appreciation for everyone in this building who has shaped you into the resilient person that you are today, helped you through all the tough times, and prepared you to overcome any and all challenges that will come your way in this next chapter. Thank you all very much, and save Ferris.
Thank you, Aisha, Rachel, and Gabe. After we conclude our ceremony shortly, graduates will leave the theater and congregate in the lobby area and outside. After the last graduate has left the theater, you may leave your seats and proceed out the doors in the back as well. None of us on the faculty and few of you in the audience can fully understand how challenging it has been to be a high school student during the last 3 school years. The class of 2022 will forever have our admiration for its resilience, perseverance, and positive attitude during an era of history that has been difficult at times for everyone, but particularly challenging for those who are going through the formative years of their lives. All of us on the faculty are extremely proud of the graduates on stage today and know that the challenges they have experienced during these last few years will only strengthen them as they embark upon the rest of their lives. We are excited to hear about all of their future accomplishments and all the lives they will impact in a positive way. Please join me one final time in celebrating the class of 2022.
you.